Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you the path that I took to unlock the Peacekeeper revolver in Battlefield 1. The tests to get there are quite complex, but I will try to give you my best explanation along the way. Before we begin, I would like to thank jacksfrags on YouTube. He's the one who put together a bunch of video guides to help me and others along the way. Big thanks to him. All links I used are in his descriptions and I highly recommend his videos. Anyway, here we go. To unlock the Peacekeeper, you need to unlock a series of hidden dog tags within the game. They are called a beginning, a conflict, an omen, an escalation, angel's sighting, and belly of the beast. The first one I will be doing is a beginning since it is the first to come out. A beginning is basically a bunch of Morse code and finding secret symbols on the vanilla maps. I still don't know how people found these symbols. It's insane. Anyway, to start each hidden symbol, you need to find a pair of headphones on a vanilla map. Then without dying, go to a secret MCOM on the same round. Morse code will then start playing. How I decoded my Morse code is by recording it using OBS, then importing it to Premiere Pro, slowing it down to about 25%, and writing it all down. Everyone's Morse code is unique and needs to be solved individually. So for my first Morse code, it's said to go to Pillow, Mazar, Jafar. Using a website, you can then track that to the Sinai Desert map. Then going to that location, I can find my symbol. Looking at it will trigger a loud noise and your next Morse code sequence. Each symbol, by the way, tells you how to solve the next Morse code. Each Morse code from now on will be encoded. For example, this symbol is a reversible arrow, and the next Morse code is actually backwards. It's pretty cool. After getting the first symbol, you need to get another pair of headphones and go to an MCOM. I use Suez because it's quiet, and the weather is practically always the same. It's always sunny, unlike other maps with a lot of rain, storms, and other weather. The last symbol was our clue. The Morse code is actually backwards. My new Morse code, once solved, says to go to Crate Trench Canal, which, funny enough, is on Suez. So I just turned around and found my next symbol. This one was tough, but I found it after a long time. The next symbol is a right triangle. What could that be a clue for? Well, after seeing that next symbol, I want to go back and get more Morse code. And using Bill Cipher's favorite cipher, an @bash cipher on it, I got my next location, Hill Barn Adriatic, which is on Empire's Edge. Alright, my next symbol is an arrow pointing to the right. After getting that symbol, we need to get more Morse code. On this Morse code, we actually need to use a Caesarean shift cipher with an end value of 19. Don't ask how people found that, because I don't know. After that, we get our next location, Statue Garden Varennes, which is on Ballroom Blitz, which is actually my favorite map of the vanilla maps, by the way. Alright, let's head there and get our next symbol. A fence of some kind? Well, that could be interpreted as a rail fence cipher, but the more fun way to do it is to solve it as an anagram. So let's get some more Morse code and solve it for an anagram. This was actually pretty fun. I enjoy anagrams a lot. Anyways, it says to go to Tree Train Aprimon. That is on Argonne Forest. So let's go and get our symbol. Okay, it's a bunch of lines and dots. That's weird. Anyway, let's get more Morse code and see what we can use on it. My next series of Morse code was just a bunch of E's and T's. Well, we can use a Baconian cipher on this, changing the E's to A's and T's to B's. Then solve for a Baconian cipher. Then after that, we use an @bash cipher. Bro, this is weird. Anyway, on our solved message, my next Morse code told me to go to Crate Jabal Jafar, which is on Sinai Desert. Let's get our next symbol. It just says Edward. Is there a vampire cipher we could use? Well, let's get more Morse code. We actually are supposed to use a Vigonaire cipher with the passphrase of Edward to decode it. How funny would it have been if it was just some sort of vampire cipher. Anyway, it says to go to Church Ruin Amiens, which is on Amiens. So I went there, and my next symbol was George. Should we just do the same thing that we did with Edward? Well, yes, but actually no. Get more Morse code and use a Vigonaire auto key cipher with a passphrase of George and an alphabet key starting with Z, and boom, mine said go to Outpost Barrel Fa, which is on Foul Fortress. The final symbol just says London. Now this Morse code will be the same for everyone, so you don't need to decode it. Thank the Lord. Get more Morse code to trigger your final sequence. The final thing you will have to do for this dog tag is go to Giant Shadow on the German spawn, then go to the top of this windmill, stand on the balcony for a little, and a pigeon will actually drop off the dog tag for you. Be patient. The dog tag will be in the progression section. Congrats, that was probably the hardest part of the Peacekeeper unlock. However, the next section may be harder. The next part of the Peacekeeper unlock is a conflict. This is actually my favorite part of the whole unlock. It doesn't involve Morse code and is actually really complicated and fun. A conflict takes place on the map Soissons. This chateau here is where the whole Easter egg takes place. The first thing we need to do is destroy all the lights in the chateau. I also destroyed a lot of walls to make it easier for me to get around. After turning off all the lights, you will hear a spooky noise. After that, we get to the only part of the Easter egg that I do not like. You need to illuminate all the lights on the lampstand by pushing secret buttons on the bottom of the lampstand, like this. Each lampstand, unfortunately, operates different stages for the other lampstands. It is possible to create a graph for this kind of thing and figure it out like that, but the easiest way is to just brute force it and try a bunch of different combinations until something works. That's what I did, and I ended up taking a long time, roughly like 20 minutes or so. Eventually, though, when all lamps are illuminated, you'll hear another spooky noise. Then we get to the fun part, the actual fun part. Outside, you'll notice that sandbags have appeared on the steps around the statue. You can also notice that buttons have appeared around the chateau, 16 in total on all of these little column things. Now, what can we do with these two seemingly random things? Well, inside the chateau, here on the floor is a 8x8 hidden square. Pressing certain combinations of buttons will light up certain tiles in that 8x8 square. It's important to note that each button can either control a column or a row in the 8x8. What you need to do is create for yourself an 8x8 chart. You can do this on paper, like how I did it, or digitally using something like Windows Excel. Then, press combinations of buttons 2 at a time and see which buttons light up which tiles. I labeled each button A to P and tested certain combinations, writing any that lit up a tile. But how do we know which tiles to light up, I hear you asking? Well, look to the sandbags. This is where it gets complicated. The sandbags actually are a key to tell us which ones we need to light up. Now, this is really tough to explain, but the steps actually form a 8x8 square, similar to how this looks. Basically, the gravel and the first step represent the center 4 of the 8x8. The next 2 steps represent the surrounding 12 tiles, and so on. These groups are split up, representing individual tiles. Where the sandbag falls represents that tile that needs to be lit up. Important to note, though, the top of the 8x8 inside the chateau is facing west, while the top of the 8x8 outside faces northeast. I'm sorry if that didn't make a whole lot of sense. To be honest, I don't understand it fully, but after a lot of hard work, going back and forth, illuminating over and over, I illuminated them all and got the dog tag. The next step is called an Omen, and it's probably one of the easiest steps. An Omen takes place on the map, oh man, Zeebrugge. I'm just gonna call it Zeebrugge. And to start this Easter egg, you need to go to the end of this ship here and wait for the Infiltrator Elite kit to spawn. It shouldn't take too long, maybe like 2 minutes. Once you have the kit, you need to run all the way to the opposite side of the map to this water tower here. Get to the top and be prepared to decipher some Morse code. Woohoo! Once again, what I did is record it, put it into Premiere Pro, and slow it down. This Morse code will be a variation of this phrase. Dulce et decorum est pro patria mori. Is that correct? What do I mean by variation? Well, 8 letters of this phrase will be missing, and they are unique to that round of the game. Solve for your unique Morse code of characters. For me, I was missing DETAMORI. That is my unique code. The next step that you need to do is import that unique code into 4 machines in buildings 1 and 3 on the ship where you were just on. Using a website, you can easily put in your unique code, and it will solve it for you. Once again, jacksfrags got you there. Going from left to right, this is what I had for the first building. And this is what I had for the third building. After inputting these codes, you will hear a spooky noise and will be given the dog tag. The next step in getting the Peacekeeper is to unlock a secret skin for the M1917 weapon. This Easter egg takes place on Albion, and we start by pressing all of these secret buttons located on these green boxes spread around. We only need to press them all once. Then we need to go down here to this house on the blue door, explode some cabinets, and push the secret button once. Then we need to go back to the radio tower and push all of those buttons one more time. Then we need to head back to the house and push the button 4 more times. Then, if we head back to the radio tower and go prone at the bottom of the tower, we will begin to hear some Morse code. Unlike the other dog tags, this Morse code is actually quite simple. It is 5 letters between A and F repeating over and over again. It's unique to your round of the game. Once again, I recorded it using OBS and imported it to Premiere Pro, slowed it down. My unique sequence was DADAA. After that, we need to head over to this light tower over here. In the surrounding buildings are 6 lanterns that need to be destroyed. Here's number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. And number 6. After destroying all of the lanterns, you'll notice that lights have appeared in the lighthouse. They can also be interacted with. This is important. Each light represents a different letter. This one is F. This one is E. This one is D. This one is C. This one is B. And this one is A. There is something specific we need to type in, though. We need to type in CAEEB. Then we need to import our unique code. For me, that was DADAA. And then FEAADDAD. All this in one go. So let's do this. First, we need to input. First, we need to put in C. A. E. E. B. D. A. D. A. A. F. E. A. A. D. D. A. D. After pressing the final button, run all the way to the top of the lighthouse and push the hidden button on the light. Smoke will appear, and the skin will be given. Congratulations, the rest of the dog tags are much easier, because guess what? You can just follow along with me. No decoding for yourself, all easy. Alright, now we need to go to the map Soissons. Once we are on Soissons, we need to go to the broken factory here. Then find this circle on the ground and put an explosive device on it. you'll uncover a secret Morse code machine. But don't worry, it's not too hard. We need to input the number 0627. Don't ask why, because I don't know. Interact with the lights to turn them on and off, and press the button at the top to confirm your number. What we need to input is off, 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 off. Off, on, 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 on. On, off, off, off. Off, off, on, on. The lights then start blinking something in Morse code, but we don't care about that because it's the same for everyone. Then go to the barn here and explode the side near the chimney. Keep throwing explosives until you see this little switch here. Interact with it, and then go back to the Morse code machine. You now have to input a much larger number, that being 032222110. That's going to be off, 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 off. On, off, off. On, off, off, off. On, off, off, off. On, off, off, off. On, off, 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 off. On, off, 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 off. Off, 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 off. After inputting this code, you will hear an unlock noise. You've been given another dog tag. This one, however, will be under progression on the back side of the dog tags, as opposed to the front. The description of this one is actually important to the unlock of the final dog tag. It reads, "Living without a head, I grow jealous of my sisters. In a regrettable fit of rage, I blindly lash out, clipping the wings of my sister to my right and destroying the head of my sister to my left. Lunging forward after my third sister, revealing her absence, most likely having fled. My fourth sister cleaved me in two, leaving nothing but my legs. She remains fully intact, protecting our secrets." What the heck does that mean? Well, it leads us to the map, Caporetto. Once you're on Caporetto, find this location. There are 5 statues of angels standing together in a cross fashion. For this one, in the center, you'll need to destroy all of it. Then, on the one on the left, you need to destroy only its head. The one in the middle, you need to destroy its torso, leaving its legs there. And for the one on the right, you need to shoot off the tip of the wing. Fun, and you'll need to go to the final statue in the back and push the secret button under the statue on the pedestal. This will destroy all the statues, and you'll hear an unlock noise. You've unlocked the final dog tag, Belly of the Beast. Well done. We're in the end game now, guys. Alright, the final map we need to go to is Passchendaele. Now, before you go there, make sure you have unlocked a beginning, a conflict, and an omen. Also have one equipped. I used a conflict. You also need both Angel's Sighting and Belly of the Beast unlocked with Belly of the Beast equipped. Before you spawn in, make sure you spawn in as a support and have the M1917 LMG equipped with the Escalation on it. If you have all that, let's go. Spawn in as a German and head to the secret little cubby under one of the bridges. You'll know you're in the correct place when you shoot this and a Phantom Skull logo is there, which is synonymous with the Battlefield Easter eggs. Now, once you are here, you will find 2 plungers on both sides of the tunnel, and you can interact with them. Put in this code. Left, left, right. Right, left. Right, left, right. Right, left. Right, right, right. Left, right, right. Left, right. Right, left, left, left. Left, right, left, left. Left. That spells out unknowable in Morse code, which we got from the Belly of the Beast dog tag. The entrance to hell is unknowable. Once you enter that code, the passageway will explode and you can walk in. Before you press that plunger though, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Pushing the plunger is going to make you fall into a secret location under the map with tunnels going out in all 4 directions. Using the compass in the bottom left, go in the correct direction. Once you get to the end of the tunnel, there will be another plunger. Pushing that will send you even further down. Every time you fall, start going immediately. Always prepare before pushing the plunger. Also make sure you're at full health before pushing the plungers, as you will take fall damage. Alright, now what are the correct directions? Well, follow my lead. West. East. South. West. East. West. West. North. South. West. North. West. South. West. south. After all that, you will find your prize, the Peacekeeper revolver. This is my Peacekeeper review. What do I think of the gun? Is it a worthy prize for all of this work? Well, let's get into specifics. The weapon has two different fire modes. Slow when aiming down sights and fast when hip firing. The recoil when aiming is much more controlled, while at the hip it is much more uncontrollable. This makes the weapon moderately effective at medium range and very effective at close range. This gun, at closer ranges, is able to two-shot very easily, and I have gotten it to one-shot headshot more than once. In the hands of a good player, this weapon can shred in the right situations. I find it especially good for the sniper class, which makes sense because the class's main weapons are longer range weapon, so having a sidearm that can easily two-shot people at closer ranges basically covers all your bases. Also, the weapon is beautiful. The black and white aesthetic and the overall look of the revolver is beautiful. The phantom skull, of course, is really epic as well. I love the look of this thing. Now for the baddish things. First, the recoil is really tough to get the hang of when hip firing. It goes all over the place. However, as I've played with it, I have been able to control it more and more, so it's not too bad. Now, the next thing that I have to talk about are the animations. Without the animations, I don't think this gun would be the same. They are really well done and really make you feel like a World War I cowboy. However, for gameplay, the animations can kind of be a pain sometimes. If I had a penny for the amount of times I've died because an animation was playing out and I couldn't shoot, I'd maybe have like 20 pennies, I don't know. However, the animations that usually get me killed are the ones that happen when I pull out the weapon. The ones that happen when you're running can easily be cancelled by just not running. But overall, the animations just bring a lot of fun to the weapon, and I love them, even if I die to them. So do I think this is worth it? Hours decoding Morse code. How could it be worth it? Well, without a doubt, it is. Thanks a lot for checking out this video and watching all the way to the end. I really hope you enjoyed it and maybe found it helpful. I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless, my friends.